Avery, it's always a pleasure speaking with you, but I have to say it's been scary. And the reason why I say that is because literally I'm watching you grow up. How old were you when we
Yeah.
first met?
Um, 14, maybe? I
Okay,
think something like that.
14, mind you, you look like you could have been 11 because you look so young
I know.
and tiny. And how old are you now?
I'm 21, turning 22 in a month. So,
Yeah, it's scary to watch you grow up and become the woman that you are.
oh, thanks.
Um, you have had such a remarkable career. I mean, at 14, believe me, I was not doing what you were doing. Um, and it's amazing to see that. And this interview is a happy and sad one. And let's jump right into it and why it's happy and sad. What is going to be happening?
Yeah, in on August 14th, I'm moving to Spain and I'm going to do my master's in contemporary performance and production at Berklee College of Music in Valencia. So that's exciting. But it's just sad because I'm leaving and but it's all very bittersweet, I think. So yeah.
Now, what made you decide to move to all places, Spain?
Well, the school, I mean, I've admired this program for a really long time. I've done a lot of research into this program and it's been on kind of the top of my list for a while. Not to mention that it's in Spain, so it's beautiful. But yeah, I think there's a lot to do in Valencia. There's a big music community and they love the arts there, and the faculty and everyone at Berkeley is just so spectacular.
Personally, though, why is this the right move for you?
Um, I think it's good to change things up a little bit. And I love Canada and I love everything that, Ontario and Toronto and all of that has done for me for my music. But I think it's time to just to bring it to a wider audience and see what that can do for my career and see the connections that I'll make once I get there. And I think just mentally, I think it's nice to just have a change of scenery. I mean, been here for so long and just it's just a year, right? So why not just give it a go?
Wait a minute, you've been here for so long. Look, you haven't been on the planet for so long. You're talking about, well, I've been here for so long. I'm the old guy in this interview, okay? I can say that.
Sure, of course.
You, you've made so many transitions. And let's
Yeah.
talk about that musically because when I met you, it was jazz, correct?
Hmm. Yeah, it was. And then it changed.
Change into, I want to hear you say it. What did
Yeah.
it change into?
Well, I think it definitely took on a more soul R&B music approach, but old school soul. And then now, I guess it's very much alternative soul. And it's a little bit more modern, but it still kind of has those jazz undertones. I don't know. This most recent album project that I put out last April, I think is the most truly and authentically me, and I'm happy for that.
Is the reason why you switched from jazz to alternative soul to be able to tell your stories a little bit better? And the only reason why I say that is because, I mean, when we talk about jazz, a lot of people look at jazz as an amazing genre, vocally very challenging.
Yeah.
But when we talk about alternative soul, there's a way to be able to tell your story in a way that maybe you can't tell it through jazz.
Yeah, I believe that. I think just as a songwriter, I'm able to kind of express myself a little bit more deeply in this genre, and it's music that is truly coming from my heart and nowhere else. And I'm glad that I have that foundation in jazz, and I learned so much from all of that. But now being able to write this music and it to be authentic to me is really special. So yeah.
Talk about that album that you had released, this last one.
It was definitely a COVID project and it was a lot of fun. The producer was Nicholas Tataishi. He's so wonderful. He did such a
And and
marvelous job.
and sorry to interrupt, it was called.
It's just self-titled, Avery Raquel.
Mhm.
And I think we did that because it is me. It's I wrote all of the songs on my own and it took on quite a really magical approach that I was so pleased about. But yes, it was a COVID project. All of the instrumentation was recorded separately. The drums were recorded in LA, and bass was recorded in Montreal, keys in Toronto, guitar wherever Nick happened to be, and then my vocals were recorded in a closet. So it was the ultimate COVID project, and it worked out really, really well. Yeah.
It did, because you ended up performing on a stage with a certain Juno Award winner.
Yes.
Let me see the initials, SJ.
Yep.
If you
Yes.
want to tell people what I'm talking about.
Yes, yeah, back around Valentine's Day, I had the opportunity to perform with Sean Jones and his Righteous Echo. Jackie Richardson was there, and Gary Beals was there, and it was a really wonderful night. And I'm so thrilled to say that since Soul in the City's back, I'm going to be doing that on August 8th. So that's in a couple of weeks, but I'm so excited for that. I love Sean and his band so much, so it'll be a blast. And he's just so talented. He brings the energy. It's crazy.
Now, that's not the only show that you're going to be doing. You're giving us a gift too. What's happening?
Yeah, I'm kind of doing like I say final really loosely because of course I'll be back, but not for a while. So I'm doing kind of a final goodbye show in Toronto. It'll be at 3030 Dundas West, and I'm very excited for this show. And hopefully I'll see some new faces, some familiar faces, and I've got two really beautiful opening guests. I went to school with them, Kate Ulster and Shania Patel, and they're going to be singing some original music in their opening sets, and they're beautiful. So I'm very excited for this show.
But hold on, you didn't say what day and time you're doing this.
Ah, yes, August 3rd, next Thursday, August 3rd. And doors are at 6:30. You can get tickets online. You can go to my website, or you can find a link in my bio on any of my social media, or you can get tickets at the door. And yeah, it should be a hoot.
Yeah, it is, especially because I heard through grapevine that a certain somebody is actually going to introduce you.
Yes, I heard that too, and I'm honored. So I'm so glad that you're going to be there because it's kind of a full circle moment. You introduced me for my very first album release concert, and now we're here as I leave.
You know, it's going to be like, how much have you grown? Because I haven't actually seen you in a while. So, how much height do we have here?
Not much. I think maybe a couple inches. I'd say I'm a good 5'3.5", 5'4". I haven't
Five three,
changed
five
much.
four.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, because you were
I
way,
was small.
yes, fantastic. And yeah, it's going to be an honor to have a chance to introduce one. I not so much as one last time, but for a little while though too. Um,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
message? Listen to me. What message? What message do you have for folks who want to change their lives, but they're afraid to? Because we've had so many crazy things going on. I mean, with COVID and things like that. You've always been evolving. I mean, one of the things we haven't even talked about is the fact that you had yourself your own podcast at the same time too. You were doing that,
Yeah.
and you were interviewing me,
Yeah, I know. I
which,
know. It was a lot of fun to do that, and I think doing stuff like that, especially during COVID, was just a nice way to keep my brain busy, and it helped other people too, and I made new connections, and yeah, doing that was really wonderful. But I guess just like in terms of changing everything,
mhm.
I'm like, of course I'm a little bit terrified, but excitement I think overcomes the scaredness. But I would say do it. Just do it, because you only live once, and like you can always come back. You can always put it back the way that it was, and fix things if it goes awry. But I don't know, move across the world, go visit Europe, go backpack, go do whatever. But I think it's important to just explore at some point just to see if there's other aspects of yourself that you haven't discovered yet. So, yeah.
And you are young enough to know that there's still a lot more discovery happening in your life. Congratulations. I will see you on Thursday. Looking
Okay,
forward to this.
thank you.
But more importantly,
Yes.
I'm looking forward to seeing all the things that you're going to be doing in the future, because it sounds like you're going to have an amazing life. I hope you're writing all this stuff down, like you got a journal or something like that.
Oh yeah, writing everything down. I'm keeping notes for everything.
Okay, and also we want to make sure too you're not leaving the country because of some ex-boyfriend or something like that. You need to get away from, or
No.
anything. Nothing like that.
No. No, nothing like that. This is all for me.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure, because if there is some ex-boyfriend, if he shows up Thursday, I'll take care of him. So yeah, we'll make sure of that.
Perfect. Good to know.
Congratulations. All the best. I'll see you on Thursday and
Thank
cannot wait to hear the show.
you.